Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today, we'll be discussing Touch Within the Abyss by Moyori Mori. Before we get started, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled in this manga, go ahead and click off now. No worries, I'll catch you next time. For those of you who decide to stick around, let's go over some content warnings. There may be references to blood, gun violence, death, gang activity, murder, theft, child abuse, discrimination, ableism, PTSD, self-deprecation, manipulation, strained familial relationships, kidnapping, and extortion, as these things do appear in the manga. But if that's good with you, let's go and get started. Chinatsu was born into unfortunate circumstances. His father, an assassin, coerced Chinatsu from the time he was small to join the family business, but Chinatsu always had a distaste for violence in any form. This disgust towards violence unfortunately culminates in his older brother dying while trying to protect Chinatsu from the target he was unable to kill. This moment puts Chinatsu on a dark path, one where he feels compelled to follow through with his father's work to make up for what he perceives as murdering his brother. But that same day, while mourning his brother in a dark alleyway, a young boy appears. Chinatsu anticipates having to kill the boy, assuming he is a witness to their dark world and work, but the boy turns out to be blind, and Chinatsu's resolve to become the killer he was raised to be is shaken as the boy comforts him, not knowing who he was, what he had done, and how much he didn't deserve comfort. 5 years later, Chinatsu is still trying to find the determination he lost to finally be the full-blown killer his father expects him to be. By happenstance, he ends up running into the boy, now a man, who had comforted him all of those years ago. The man, named Kasumi, doesn't seem to recognize Chinatsu, and though Chinatsu knows he should stay far away from him for his sake, he can't help being drawn back into that warmth. As he grows closer to Kasumi, he discovers just how isolated his world is, not unlike his own, and wonders if they can possibly find solace in each other. To start with, I would be doing this work a disservice if I didn't mention how absolutely stunning the artwork is. I mean, it is breathtakingly beautiful. I wouldn't say it's always the cleanest, but it's beautiful and very consistent overall. There are some panels in this work that will stick with me for a long time, including one where Kasumi can see the silhouette of Chinatsu's face against the sunset for the first time. It's stunning on its own, but when paired alongside the overarching themes of the story, this moment is overwhelming in the best way. I think this moment is worth buying the manga for on its own, but there's so much more to be had here. One of the many things to enjoy is the level of detail we get in the story, considering its brevity. This is a single volume title, which is both unfortunate and impressive. It's unfortunate because I desperately wanted more by the end, but it's impressive because of how well paced and detailed the story is while being so short. It's masterfully done, and while I always crave more, it's so well done I worry that any more might throw off the pacing. If you're a fan of one-shots, don't let this one pass you by. But let's get into the meat and potatoes, the story itself. At the very beginning, Chinatsu sees himself as being the complete opposite of Kasumi. Though Kasumi's world is flooded with darkness, he exudes an innocence, light, and warmth that Chinatsu feels he would inevitably snuff out with the darkness he lives in. But over time, we learn more about Kasumi's life and his condition. As it turns out, Kasumi is able to see bright lights, but due to his life of isolation, which resulted from his family's abandonment, the light in his life is extremely limited. Much like how Chinatsu views Kasumi as the one light in his life, Kasumi views Chinatsu as the person who lights up his life. He doesn't actually see Chinatsu as a light, but one thing that brings light into his life. That is part of why the moment when Kasumi sees Chinatsu's silhouette is so powerful. Chinatsu isn't the light. Instead, he's the darkness he thinks he is. It's the light he draws into Kasumi's life that matters. It's so powerful, emphasizing their differences while also highlighting their similarities. I love it. Finally, this wouldn't be my review if I didn't mention the sexy time. While this does have sexual content, it is not explicit. This is very much softcore, so if you're looking for more gratuitous sexy time, you're in the wrong place. The intimacy is important, but it's more of a result of the story than a foundation for it, which is counter to many of the smuttier titles I read. If you're looking for smut-heavy yaoi, you're in the wrong place. This is very much a story-first title, which isn't a detractor, but it is something I think is worth pointing out for those who are looking for something spicier. With all that being said, this was such a treat. It's beautiful, poignant, and hopeful, an amazing mix of emotions that I can't recommend enough. It isn't as smutty as many of the other titles I read, so if you're hoping for lots of sexy time mixed in with your story, this is not the title for you. But if you're looking for a story-first work that'll make you feel all of the things, look no further. This is most certainly a favorite of mine, and I think it could be a future favorite for many of you. I can't recommend it enough. So, have you read Touch Within the Abyss? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Let me know in a comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!